Here are my thoughts on several pet peeves I have had and I forgot to mention. Now, one pet peeve I have is when people ask, "May I pet your dog?" And then you say, "No, thank you, my dog is in training." And then someone comes round the back and pets your dog after you specifically told them not to. Please don't pet people's dog. Do not pet anyone's dog but your own. Don't pet people's dog. One day a child will pet a dog, and 4.5 people are bitten every year from a dog. And one of those 4.5 people bitten by a dog are children under the age of 10. Now, statistics show that if you're vulnerable, you're weak, you're a young child under the age of 10, and you get bitten by a dog, most likely it was because you either walked up to it, it was on a chain, it was tethered, the owner wasn't responsible for the dog. This is what happens. Not every dog wants to be petted. Don't pet people's dog. I am warning people this. Do not pet people's dog. Here's a story that will make you rethink petting people's dog. And it happened recently. A girl was in a restaurant with her mother. She was only 7. And she went up to pet this dog. And the dog mauled her, and she needed surgery on her face. If that was your child, what would you do? See, this is it. Once you hear this, are you going to pet a dog? No. You may not ever pet a dog you don't know on a tether. Now, why tether your dog? Has it done something? Has it attacked a child? You gotta watch children around dogs. With their owners, they are fine around kids because people are watching them 24/7. But if you weren't around with a dog and you had a little baby crawling to it, it would probably kill the baby. 100% it probably would. Even the most well-trained dog or the most professional dog, even the most friendliest of dogs. Babies should never be left alone with a dog. Even little wee dogs have been known to attack children. Just because they're dogs doesn't mean they can't attack, even a little tiny Yorkie. 6 pounds doesn't mean it's not aggressive. You know, most bite statistics are children under the age of 10. And a lot of the reasons, the owner wasn't watching the dog. The parents weren't watching the child when it happened. The parents let the child sleep with the dog. Don't ever do that with your child. You do not know how the dog would react. If the child accidentally turned and kicked the dog, it will attack. It's a dog, not a person. And dogs aren't meant to sleep with. They're pack animals. Now you're going to rethink petting a strange dog you don't know. And always say no when people want to pet your dog. Even if you have to be down their throat about it, always say no if people pet your dog. You have to be straight about it. You have to know no means no. And when you say no, it means no. And people should respect that. 100 times they don't. So here's a scenario. You're walking down the street. You have your dog. It's being very well behaved. It's listening to you. It's walking beside you. It's not running off. It's being good. It sat on the grass a bit. It played a bit. It rolled over a bit. It was being good. And then suddenly someone comes up to pet it and you said, "Please don't pet my dog. It's in training or it's working or it's a service dog." So the person goes, "No, I know all dogs. I can pet any dog I want." No, you don't. You don't know my dog. And then the person fights with you, shoves you out the way, and pets the dog. They're an asshole. You don't let people pet your dog and shove you out the way so it can get a look at your dog. A dog is not a toy. Don't pet people's dog. You should have listened to Peter Kane when he said that. It's true. Do not pet people's dog. What's wrong with people? Why are you doing that? So, listen to this advice.